Hello, everybody. Yesterday, we announced Project Convergence, which is a project that basically creates interrelations between the existing technology that WISeKey and CLSQ develop, and also the startups associated to the group. So we're going to be running different series to explain really what is the objective of each of those companies, how the technology relate between themselves, how they help each other in terms of maximizing and leveraging their potential, and at the end of the day, basically how they contribute to the fourth industrial revolution by providing technology that they are essential to secure what is coming, which is a very complex convergence of very complex technologies, such as AI, quantum, space technology, cybersecurity, IoT, and others that creating basically a new paradigm shift. So we're going to start with WISeSat. So WISeSat is the company that belongs to WISeKey. It was created 5 years ago. It is a company that focus has been to develop and send to the space picosatellites. So those are low orbit satellites, then they are covering Earth. We have now 22 of them in orbit, operational. And those satellites, they are designed as a way to secure communication between the satellite and devices. So CLSQ manufacture semiconductors, design and manufacture those semiconductors. They are embedded physically into objects. So let's imagine a truck, let's imagine a container in the middle of the sea, a car, a medical device in a hospital, an airport security device. Those objects are reinforced with a semiconductor that they are embedded physically in the electronic of the object. And then the objective is that those objects needs to transact between themselves. So we tested everything. We tested connection, land connections, 4G, 5G. We try organizations and the companies and they put antennas such as Sigfox or LoRa. But it was very complicated, right? Because Earth is very large and only 80% of Earth is still not being connectable, so the only developed countries and land territories are connected. The middle of the sea, you don't have connection, and satellite is the easy way to get. So with that constellation of 22 satellites, and we are expanding the constellation by establishing associations with companies that they have satellite. We have announced FOSA in Spain. We have announced Astrocat in Switzerland. We have announced projects with India, with Skyroot. We also have announced projects with PLD Space in Spain, which is a future carrier, and also with Endurosat in Bulgaria. So these companies, and they are developing different pieces of the satellite space ecosystem, are now working with us in order to develop what we believe is going to be the most secure and large constellation of picosatellite in space. Then they will correspond to the level of security and trust that WISeKey and the companies associated to the group are from the beginning of our history wishing to have as a way to ensure that whatever we connect on Earth is secure, trusted, and respect the human dignity and human identity. So applications of that are endless. I mean, we are just at the beginning of what can be done from the space. Smart cities can connect to the space to validate all the devices that you're going to be securing. One smart city needs something like 1 billion chips. Imagine the possibilities of interconnecting traffic lights, traffic monitoring system, roads, electricity, and so on. There's another huge opportunity also to trade energy using tokens. So those satellites are equipped with the Seal coin, which is a crypto wallet. This is a technology that has been developed in cooperation with Hedera. Hedera, the Hashgraph, has provided to us their backend, and also we did it with Weekend, where is another blockchain company in Switzerland, on which we have developed what we call a KYO, Know Your Object. So what it is that every time a satellite sends data to an object, they have to verify the identity of that object. And that identity is stored in a ledger, in a decentralized ledger, and those identities are checked in the ledger every time there needs to be a transaction. So let's say a satellite needs to transact to another satellite, or a satellite needs to transact with a drone. That verification is done in a total decentralized way. It's a Web 3.0 compliant and allows those objects to have their own identity, which is unrevocable identity and unique identity. So this is done through the WISeKey cryptography capabilities. As you know, WISeKey has a cryptography root key, which has been operated since 1999, so 25 years. Or cryptography root key, which is installed in all sorts of operating systems, iOS devices, and others. And that cryptography root key is essential to establish the trust anchor on where those identities are then exchanged. So the next stage is obviously communication. We would like to start satellite uplink and downlink, what we call device to device. Those communications will be in the future allowing basically your mobile phone to connect directly with a satellite. You will be able to, for emergency, for environmental monitoring, so the satellites will be able to monitor all that sort of data. The life cycle of satellites is about 3 to 5 years. Those are low orbit satellites, so you need to keep sending those satellites. Obviously, the business model is satellite as a service, means more satellites we have, more connectivity we can provide, and more coverage and latency we can provide. So that's where we are keeping sending satellite. There's 6 more satellites to be sending the following months. We are also establishing relations with other existing constellations that we can plug into our constellation. The idea is not us doing everything. We want to establish relations with other constellations and allow those constellations on those satellites and they connect with us to be fully sealed coin compliant, so they can trade coins, but also be fully secure with our post-quantum technology. So a lot of progress. It's only 4 years. So next year is going to be the year for WISeSat, as many new technologies are being added to the satellite. Those satellites are getting bigger, stronger, and more secure. And as I mentioned before, one of the post-quantum chips will be fully accredited, and this will be sometime early next year. You will have a truly entrance into the quantum era, on where devices will be quantum ready, and they will be able to defend a quantum attack as quantum computers are arriving within the next 3 to 5 years. I will be giving a keynote speaking at the New York conference in New York, Quantum and AI. I am opening the conference. I'll invite you all to join us, either physically or virtually. It's in our website. And this is a conference which is the 19th of October in New York. So wish you all the best, and we will keep you informed of each of the development on each of the verticals on what we call the Convergence initiative of the group. Thank you very much for your attention.